G'day, Roundy here. Welcome to part 6 of my ongoing Second Punic War campaign. It's not following history. Basically, the battles I fight dictate the pace and direction of the campaign. I'm using the Triumph rule set to fight these battles, varying the size of games from a standard game, which is a 48-point game, and I'll go up to 3 times that, which will be a big game. In part 5, we saw the Hannibal had crossed the Alps and his ragged army descended down into Italy, half-starved. He sent out messages to the Gallic troops. The Buai and several other tribes responded and raided Roman territory, looking for fresh supplies to help Hannibal's army recoup before it launched in its major campaign. They were largely successful in this endeavour until Scipio moved his troops up to intercept them. The Romans unfortunately took heavy losses and were forced to retreat. The Gauls didn't follow up. They had all the supplies they needed and fresh weapons, so they also fell back and rendezvoused with Hannibal's troops to resupply them. Meanwhile, Tiberius Longus has left Sicily and landed in Italy and moved up the coast to join Scipio, boosting his army's forces. The other small force of Romans remaining in Sicily was eventually recalled, as well as the situation in Italy deteriorated. In a bid to change the focus of the war, the Romans sent envoys to Numidia to stir up trouble with the Numidian princes. In Hispania, the Roman army there marched on Saguntum. Here, Hasdrubal and Mago split their forces. Mago went more into central Hispania, circling around the Romans, ready to either intercept them or carry on to reinforce Hannibal, while Hasdrubal marched on Saguntum to meet the Romans head-on. For this campaign, turn will be situated in Sicily, where things have taken a darker turn. With no Roman to face, the Syracusans have dismissed the mercenaries without payment. This has turned ugly. The mercenaries have killed their Carthaginian generals and now rampage through the countryside. The Syracusans have marched out to face the mercenaries in open battle. Let's go to the tabletop. So after killing all the Carthaginian masters, the mercenary force has been raiding towns, have retreated up in the hills, and now the Syracusans have come looking for them and flushed them out. Here we have the table set out for our game in the foothills of Sicily. Over on the far side of the table here, we can see the Syracusan army. That contains 8 stands of heavy foot and 1 stand of spearmen. There's a Jav-Cav on the end of the line, 2 skirmisher bases, a Jav-Cav general, and 2 light foot up in the gentle hill there. On this side of the table, we have the mercenaries, which is a bit of a based loosely on a Iberian list. It's mainly made up of Spanish. We have 2 Jav-Cav. The central one is the general. We have 2 light foot here, 2 raiders, 2 warriors, another raider, 2 Libyan rebel, light foot, 2 skirmishers, and a light foot down the end of the line. These are standard 48-point armies. The terrain on the table is 1 steep hill, a large gentle hill, a stream, a gentle hill, some woods, and just out of camera sight is the 6th piece, which is another gentle hill. The Spanish/mercenaries won the initiative, so they're going to go first. They will be using a yellow dice for the game, and the Syracusans will be using a white dice. So they've just rolled 1 pip. With that, they'll just move out with their cavalry, do a bit of a scout mission, because they're not overly keen. They're keen to see what the Syracusans have brought in the way of troops. Over to the Syracusans, and they've got 5 points. That cavalry's kind of stopped any march moves, pretty much, but I think they'll make them anyway. These boys are going to go unconventional, surprise, surprise, and wheel out to here for a double move. So that's cost 2. 3 left. Two left. One left. Syracusans are doing a massive reshuffle. They're going to move all their light troops forward to mask the hill while their main battle line swings around and tries to take on the rebels in the open area on their right flank. Back to the Spanish, and they've got 6 pips. Now they can see what the enemy's up to, so they're not going to get any march moves in there. So they're just going to come forward with their rebel, who move 4, and the skirmishers can join them as a group in rough. So that's cost 1. It's 3, 4, 5, 6. So they've brought their main battle line around to match the Syracusans, and they've moved their light troops up onto the hill, steep hill, and push forward with an advantage of numbers here. Back to the Syracusans. Oh, and they've only got 1 pip. That's not good. I think these lads here will just move up for the 1. Over to the Spanish. Right, the mercenaries have got 6 pips. Forgot to put camps out. I've sorted that out. Both armies are a lot happier now that they've got their baggage. These boys might wheel to here and come forward to there. This costs them 1. These might do the same for 2. Leaves them 4 left. These boys will come forward for 1 more. The general's going to have to come up. 2 left. The light cavalry will just move up out of shot, get about out here, and then they have 1 left, which they will bring the rebel over to here. That's them done. Back to the Syracusans. They're hoping for a bit better dice than 1. Ah, well, they doubled it. That's a start, I guess. But that's not really enough. I think all they're going to do is for their measly 2 is slide these ones across so they can hopefully bring up their heavy foot to form a line there. Over to the Spanish, or the mercenaries, and they've only got 2. So for their 2, they'll come forward to here, and then they'll spend the next one putting him in there, which is all just about out of shot, but never mind. Back to the Syracusans, and they're going to get 2 again. Man, their dice better warm up. They've got problems. So 1, 2. They've got a bad kink in their line now. They didn't get the dice, but they wanted to sort it out. Spanish or mercenaries, they might have bought some more time there. So with the mercenaries getting just 1 pip, I think they're going to go out to here. Put some pressure on the flank. Over to the Syracusans. 3, they're slowly working their way up the dice. They've got some issues. We've got this cavalry out on the flank here that has to be dealt with. 2. Or 1, I should say. 2 left. 1, 2. So we've extended our line. It's pretty thin. We don't like these guys here because they quick kill this heavy foot, but we've got no real choice. We haven't got any pips. Back to the Spanish. 3. They're not doing much better in the pip dice either now. This line's formed up quite well, but I'm thinking that they might try and take on this line here. Might be their best bet. It's going to take them a while to get around there though, because these two guys can only move 3, so they're quite slow moving. So we've got problems. We've got problems here because he's in the rough, so he can't move with the group. So I think the group's going to come forward for 1. The maximum movement is 3 because these warriors slow them down, and then you're going to wheel for the last 2. So that's cost them 1. There is 2. Those guys can go with them. There's 2, so they've got 1 left. It's not looking so good over here now, and we can't ignore this problem. I think we're going to go to there. I'm not sure I want to go in, because if I go in and lose, then these guys are free to move next time. Whereas if they go in and lose, then I'm free to lap around there. So it's a who blinks first opportunity, really. Let's go back to the Syracusans. Oh, they're working their way back down the dice now. With just 2, I think they're going to move this boy into the line. And they're going to bring this guy up to cover the flank. Back to the mercenaries. 5. Oh, they've got a pip dice of extremes. Well, they'd like to go in, but they just haven't got the pace. So they're going to wheel to here. It's going to cost them 1. I think their general's going to come up, maybe to there in case he's needed on the flank. So these boys will go across to here and wheel in 1. And these boys will come up and wheel in or 2. Roughly illegal move, I think. And that's all they can do. Normally, when 2 units hit these guys on an angle, this unit has to conform because it's a single element, but if it conformed, it would be blocked from retreating by this unit. So in this case, it doesn't have to. So the skirmishers need to conform to them. So our first combat of the game, skirmisher versus skirmisher. These boys overlap, so it's a 2-1 to the mercenaries. And that's just a pushback. Over to the Syracusans. Oh, and they've pulled the big 6 out of the bag. The big 6 out of the bag. That is very good news. That is very good news indeed. So I think for 1, we'll move our skirmisher in there. That'll be painful. And then for 2, these boys will rush in here. And 3, he will join them. And I think our Jav Cav will just come up to here. Try and keep everyone in command, but also guard his flank. Combats. I think we'll start here. These guys are 4. These guys are 2. What the Jiminy crickets. 4 and 2 is 6. 2 and 5 is 7. So they came up, they got pelted They got pelted by some rocks. And they thought better of the whole situation. And were pushed back. Dear oh dear. Come on, Syracusans. You got to win at least one game. So this would be a 3-3 now. So I think we'll switch to here, and these guys will be 3, and these guys are 3 overlap 2. That's better. So 3 overlap 2, and 1 is 3. 3 and 3 is 6 doubled. So that will be a death in the family. So now this is looking a bit better because these guys go down to a 2 and these guys are down to a 3. It was looking a bit better, but they both rolled like sick pigs and no one got anywhere. Okay, the last combat is here, and again it's a 2-1 to the mercenaries. Well, the Syracusans have got a feel for it. They're warming up. So these get to 4, and these guys get to 7. So the overlap saves them from being killed. What can the Spanish pull out of the bag? 2, not much. Not much indeed. I think what they're going to do is go 1. I'd like to move these to here, but they can't because you can only move if you get into the zoc of a unit, which they nearly are. You can only move a total of 2. So it's not going to get them there. I think they'll go as far as they can though, which is there. And that's all they can do. So we only have 1 combat. It's a 2-1 again. That's a bit better Spanish. These guys get to 3. These guys get to 7. Dead. Now there's trouble. Now there's trouble. 2. Oh, come on. Come on, Syracusans. 2's not going to help you. Okay, so with their 1, the general's going to have to step up. There's their 2. So that skirmisher has stabbed his way into a world of hurt because there's now double overlap zip. Plays Jav Cav 3, General 4. 0-4. And they are well and truly dead. It's all happening at the base of the foothill. No one's going in. Over to the Spanish. Oh. 6 pips. What can we do with that? Okay. 6 pips might be enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are zocked, so they can't do that. So they're just going to go in. That's cost them 1, 2, 3. They're hoping to chase these off and pursue into those guys. They have got serious problems down this end of the pitch because they're outnumbered. So that's cost them 2 to form a new line there. We've got 1 left. I think they're just going to stall for time on this flank. Stall for time and hopefully win in the centre. We probably want to fight this one here. Warriors versus these guys. They're double overlap. Zipped. Zip plays 3. 4 plays 5. So they're going to go back. And these guys have to pursue. So we'll try here 4-3, but if the Warriors win, they kill the Carthaginians. But they can't win. They're going to go back. Next we'll go here. Raiders 4, heavy foot 4, so it's a 4-4. And that'll be a stick. 4 apiece. Now we're down to a bit of pain because these guys are 3 and these guys are 3. So we must go here. 3, 4. Let's see what we can do. Come on, spit, come on. Oh, they only did it. So that's a draw, stick, and a 3-4 here with the light foot versus the spear. Oh, that's not good. So these guys get to 4, and these guys get to 10. Syracusans might get a victory after all. They're crunching their way through these dastardly mercenaries. See what the Syracusans can do pip-wise, see if they can... Yeah, 4's pretty good. Might make them consolidate there. Well, the first one has to be here, really. It's 1. 2. Oh, they can't get there. 3. 4. 5. That could be bad. They could lose their general there. If he loses, he can't recoil, so that could be bad. He is facing rebel though. Let's fight here. 2-3 advantage to the Syracusans. So they get to 8 and these guys get to 7. So back they come. Oh, they can only just do it as well. Not good. Mercenaries still got a bit of fight in them. We'll go down here on the end of the line. 3 overlapped 2, plays 4. That'll be a 5. 6. So that's dead. So these boys are really in trouble now. We'll try here 4-3. Oh, that's not good. They're going to go back. These lads are 3, overlapped 2, and these lads are 4, overlapped 3. Oh, that's a stick. Warriors just can't quite smack their way through the shield wall. Over to the mercenaries. 1. 1 is no good at all. 1 is no good at all. We've got a few options. I mean, we could run the draft cab into the flank of these guys. They're spear, so that'd be 3 flanked. That'd be 4 flanked 3, and these would be 3 general 4. So not much a chance of killing them. Yeah, I think for 1. I mean, that guy's going to get flanked. We could try and risk it for a biscuit and run our rebel into the general so we can't mob him. But he would be 4, overlapped 3, plays more like 1, so that's not going to happen. I think we're just going to move this guy in to support the warriors because they can quick kill these guys, and now they have an overlap. So I think we're just going to try and break through in the centre. So we'll go here. 4, overlap 3, plays 3. Oh, and they've gone and done it. Boom. They've smashed their way through. I fear it's too little too late though. Over to the Syracusans. 3. Well. We've got a few options. We only really need to kill one more stand to win the game. One more stand and we'll scatter the mercenaries. And I think with 3 pips, 1, 2, so they can't retreat, is as good an opportunity as we're going to get. And we've got 1 left. I think with a 1, we're just going to come forward here and crack into these guys. Let's go here. These guys are 2. These guys are 3, but they're double overlapped. So it's 2-1. The slingers just can't do it. It'd be 3 to 4, so they're going to have to go back. And I believe these guys pursue. So we might as well go here. 3, overlap 2, plays 4. Oh, that's not good. 10, 10, 5, dead. Here, 4, 3. Uh, 7, 4. So not dead, but back. These guys are 3, overlap 2, plays 3. And they are also dead. So the mercenaries were not a match for the Syracusan army. Honour has been restored. Syracusans have at last got a victory, and they have eliminated the mercenary threat from their shores. Well done. Pretty quick but brutal game. So that ends part 6 of the campaign. Next up, it's looking like we'll have a major clash in Italy between Hannibal and the 2 Roman generals. Also, things are heating up in Spain, and there appears to be mischief going on in Numidia as well. So the campaign's starting to pick up pace now. Anyway, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Thanks to all the new subscribers, and hopefully we'll catch you next time. Cheerio.